Hello everybody, we are students from Compare Grammar in the Nuevo University, and this time we have created a video to help with effectively learning of some uses of modals. So, welcome to our video. In this lesson, we are going to explain some modal verbs that are important to learn as English students. This type of verbs in some cases can cause confusion. We hope you understand them, so you can use them in a correct way. First, let's see. What is a modal verb? A modal verb is a type of verb that is used to indicate modality, that is, likelihood, ability, permission, request, capacity, suggestions, order, obligation, and advice. The principal English modal verbs are can, could, may, might, must, shall, should, will, and would. Certain other verbs are sometimes but not always classified as modals. These include ought to, had better, and in certain uses, there and need. As we mentioned before, there are many types of modal with its function, but this time we are going to be focused only in three categories. The first one, possibility. Second, certainty. Third, uncertainty. These modals we are going to study right away are used in the past tense. Now let's talk about the first one. Possibility. Several modal verbs show possibility, including might, may, could, and must. These modal verbs for possibility video will show you how to use them all correctly in English. Possibility modals have some uses and we will see them. The first use is to describe things that possibly happened in the past. Also, there is a form we need to follow in order to make it correctly. And this one is could, may, might, plus have, plus past participle form of the verb. Here we have three examples of this use. 1. I don't know where my bag is. I suppose someone else might have taken. Or we can also say, I don't know where my bag is. I suppose someone else could have taken it. Scientists now believe that ice may have shaped the surface of the planet Mars. Now, let's practice. Exercise 1. Choose the correct complement in the following sentence. Betty said she was hungry, but she didn't eat very much after all. She, option A, couldn't like the food. B, couldn't have liked the food. Z, couldn't like the food. D, couldn't have been hungry. Now let's check. The correct one is letter B. Betty said she was hungry, but she didn't eat very much after all. She couldn't have liked the food.
Okay, let's move to the second use of this modal verb. And it is used to make a contrast between what was possible in the past and what actually happened. In this case, it is important to show the emphasis and the relationship between two ideas. If we guess what could happen, we are doing a correct use of this form. In here, we have some examples for you to understand it better. Let's see the first one. That was a stupid thing to do. You might have hurt someone. In this example, we can notice there was a problem, and we know it because of the expression. Now try to guess what could happen to have this reaction. Maybe the guy was doing something dangerous, and the other person was afraid for the result. In this case, a guy was driving a car so fast, and his friend thought he could hurt someone else, but because of the luck, nothing bad happened this time. That is the point of this use, an action plus a possible result, but making a contrast between the two actions, what could happen and what really happened. Also, here is the model, might have. Let's see another example. It was lucky you didn't like the gas. It could have exploded. Starting this example, we notice what happened first. A guy was close to like the gas, and we know what will have happened. But we were so lucky that he didn't like the gas, and as a result, it didn't explode. This is what actually happened, but it was possible to explode. And now, we are going to check if you recognize which is the modal verb in the second example. Perfect! The modal verb is could have exploded. And the last use for this modal is to criticize someone's actions. This is in case we are not agreeing with a decision, action, or something that other person has done. Here you have an example. You might have told me the bus left at 3 o'clock. I missed it. We are talking about disagreement with something. We didn't know that the bus left at 3 o'clock, and our friend didn't tell us. That's why we are mad with him. By the way, can you identify the modal verb? Excellent! And remember, for these two uses, we are going to use the following form: could or might plus have plus past participle.
You guys are ready? If your answer is yes, let's get started. So, I'm gonna continue talking about the topic certain models. And I know your question is, what is a certain model? Well, let me tell you. It is the fact that something is certain to happen. So, when do we use them? Okay, we can use them past models to talk about how much sure we are that something happened when we feel very certain that a past situation was not the case. So, we have two forms for using the past models. One of these is the can't have plus past participle, and the second one is couldn't have plus past participle. We have two examples. One of these is I didn't receive the bill. You can't have sent it. And the second one is the inventors of the motor car couldn't have known the impact will have on our environment. So, thank you.
Keeping in the models of certainty, we have this another use, that is, must have plus past participle. But when do we use them? We use them when we want to express that something is true, but having certainty of it. I'm going to give you one simple example. If I tell you that you have the best score in your exam, I could guess that you must have been very pleased when you heard the news. As you see, we used must have plus past participle to express that I guess that you're happy with the score that you got. That's how we use the modals of certainty. Right now, I'm going to give you an exercise just to be sure that you learn when do we use must have plus past participle when we talk about of models of certainty. Sarah looks really pleased with herself. She, letter A, might have been, letter B, must have been, letter C, could have been, letter D, may have been, passed her driving test this morning. Choose the option that you consider correct. And the correct option is letter B. Sarah looks really pleased with herself. She must have been passed her driving test this morning. If you choose the correct option, congratulations, you understood the use of must have plus past participle. If you missed, don't worry, you can try another exercise at home.
Modals of uncertainty. Sometimes we make confident statements, while at other times we want to express some uncertainty. This is one of the areas of meaning we call modality. We use could, may, and might, and could have, may have, might have. In conditional sentence, when the results are not certain. Examples: if you invited to Marcos, Sonia may refuse your invitation. If you invited to Marcos at is at the beginning of our sentence, that is the conditional sentence. And Sonia may refuse your invitation is uncertainty. We are not sure about it. The second example: if I tell him about our problem, he could lend us the money which we need. If I tell, this is the conditional. If I do this, maybe he could lend us the money which we need. We are not sure about it because we are not sure if he wants to lend us the money, or maybe he has a problem. We don't know. The third example: if she were millionaire, she may have an animal shelter. If she were is the conditional sentence, and she may have the uncertainty. Maybe if she were millionaire, she buys a car, or maybe she buys a big house. We are not sure about it, and for that we use modals of uncertainty. We can see that this topic is very important because the modals of uncertainty, we use it in a daily conversation, in a daily routine. Why? Because in these examples we can see if we have a party, if we have a problem and we need to resolve it, or only with imagine something like we are millionaire, we are president, you, me, somebody else, doesn't matter. But models of uncertainties are very important because we are not sure about something. Thank you, and I hope that this topic is clear for you.